It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC West. It's the Raiders and the Broncos, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
We go from Denver. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And it certainly had taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, he'll burn you.
Carr right away going to look to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people, and right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's Carr to throw. And, oh, right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy who that's just happened, some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now Carr to try again after the pick six. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Carr now on first down. And he gets it to Bolden. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Throwing again on second down. Carr. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
We gotta be big time now. Playmakers, step up. Now.
From midfield, here's Carr. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Now Carr. And that is incomplete here.
Well, there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their 1st trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
But Josh McDaniels, he had his mind made up on that one. He disagrees, and he'll throw the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So Josh McDaniels ends up winning that challenge. Smart decision reviewing. Now a 1st carry for Brandon Bolden. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Carr. And he loses the football a 2nd time. It's picked up by the Broncos. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the 1st half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
McManus now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 16 more on that one and another first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, it's Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Carr now to throw. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. From the gun, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room, maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Now Wilson on first down. And open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. With no hesitation there, not only do they throw it on their first play, Charles, they throw it into double coverage and complete it.
They might as well have gone to a podium and just announced, we are not going to be challenged or bullied in this game. We're taking a fight to you, just like they did right there on the first round.
Now a man who began with the Raiders is Latavius Murray. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Washington now brings this out. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Wilson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Wilson got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. Now down the middle of the field. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here's Wilson. And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. That's just how they do it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution. The coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let him fly as soon as the target came free, and this guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Now McManus for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was all polished off on the touchdown reception by K.J. Hamler. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Abdullah's going to stay put. And the drive will start at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Carr. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline. because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. And he'll just get rid of it.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
That's caught by Waller out left side. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. The Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Denver's offense now set to go. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.